Hello, everybody, and welcome to a CLNS Patriots Roundtable. I'm Alex Barth. He's Mike Petraglia. And Mike, I think I finally figured out what CLNS stands for. Coverage literally never stops. Patriots just keeping us busy throughout the offseason.
Yeah, and that is and has always been the moniker and the MO, I should say, of Bill Belichick and his staff. They are one of the hardest working staffs in all of the NFL, certainly during the season, but in the off season. Belichick savors this time of year. There are a lot of people who would think, he needs a break. He just feels like he needs to reset himself. No, that's not what he says at all. Whenever we ask Bill about this time of year, he says, I love it all. I love evaluating the players. I love talking to the players. I love talking to the coaches. And that's how I learn. And that's how I get my information that maybe other teams don't have, that's particular to a particular player, and gives me the edge that I feel I need to develop a particular player in a way that's going to be productive to the Patriots. Should they sign him? Should they draft him? Should he become a Patriot? And that's the way it's always been with Bill Belichick and his staff.
And what did he say after the Super Bowl against the Falcons? Was it, we're 4 weeks behind everybody else? When they asked him about the offseason.
No days off.
And look, I knew it was going to be a busy offseason for the Patriots. I knew we'd be doing a lot of these roundtables. I didn't think we'd be doing this one. Johnny Manziel has worked out at San Diego State as a camp arm, wasn't an official workout. He then took part in Texas A&M's pro day. Patriots were present at both. They spoke with him before and after the pro day at Texas A&M. So, Tregs, Johnny football behind Tom Brady. Who would have thought? Is it really a possibility? Bill Belichick, Johnny Manziel. I'll keep saying it until you answer, because I can't believe the words are coming out of my mouth.
Sure, it's a possibility. It's not a probability. And I think that's the best way to look at something like this. Would they bring him in? Heck, they brought in Tim Tebow, right?
That's kind of the line everybody's gone to justify this, is if you bring in Tebow, right? Yeah. Belichick went to his left shoulder, now he's going to his right shoulder.
Well, and the other thing is, the cynics out there, and there are countless of those, would say that, the Patriots would bring him in just to sell, merchandise, sell Johnny football merchandise. But I think if Belichick were to bring in Johnny Manziel, it would not just be as a backup quarterback. I think they would think outside the box like they normally do, give him a look-see maybe at a receiver position, at a wildcat position within the offense, and perhaps some special team returning capability if they feel like he's good with handling the football and can catch kicks and can, perhaps be a gunner. You don't know. That my whole point here that I want to make about Johnny Manziel is you don't know how Bill Belichick views this particular player until he gets on the field, and in more likely than not, training camp in the summertime, and we are actually able to watch full practices. That's the only time we're going to get a sense of how the Patriots might envision using Johnny Manziel if indeed Bill Belichick signs him.
I've got to say that I had heard about the return thing. I believe it was Doug Kyde who tweeted out the 40 times and the shuttle times of Johnny Manziel are very similar to both Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola. Right. The return thing, I hadn't heard that before. Now, that's got me licking my lips a little bit. I love that idea.
He's fast. I mean, we obviously saw that at Texas A&M. Oh, yeah. Unbelievably quick and elusive. And what do you look for in a returner? Those type of qualities. Now, can he go
back to the plays against Alabama where the pocket breaks down? It looks like a kick return the way he's getting away from that defensive front.
And it's his feet. And that is the one thing, in talking to scouts and talking to people who are close to Bill Belichick, who know what he looks for in a particular type of returner, he looks at the feet. How quickly does he move his feet? And the one thing about Cyrus Jones, one of the things that really appealed to the Patriots that was appealing to the Patriots about Cyrus Jones, he had lightning fast feet. And, don't forget, Cyrus Jones is still on this roster, right? I mean, he's a possibility. And when you take a look at him, you take a look at Johnny Manziel, if they look at him, you're looking at filling gaps for that kick return game. That's the special teams type of unit. And Belichick can never have enough of those type of players.
There's certain guys, and it's not really a position. It's not really an era. It's not even all the best players. But there's certain guys, the way they move with the football it just looks different. It stands out. I always felt like, at least at Texas A&M, Johnny Manziel was one of those guys, right? Like Antonio Brown, like Larry Calvin Johnson, pardon me, like Barry Sanders. When you watch them carry the football, you just realize you're watching something different. And I always got that vibe with Manziel. Now, I never thought he was necessarily the best quarterback, but when he got the ball in his hands, he could always make a play.
And that's exactly right, Alex. That's the way Belichick looks at a guy like Johnny Manziel. He's a weapon. With the ball in his hands, can he make plays? Can he make people miss? Can he get into the end zone? And that's what he's looking at, I think, more than anything with Johnny Manziel.
But then, of course, the question comes up, would he be willing to move away from quarterback? Although it sounds like he's willing to do anything to make this work, although he does have a standing invite to play quarterback in the CFL if he so chooses. Look, if you look at it from a pure quarterback point of view, the only way it makes sense to me is if the Patriots feel that, well, they do need a quarterback in the draft. They have other needs that are more dire. And maybe they look at it and say, okay, if we can't get guy A, B, or C in the draft, Manziel will be our plan D. And they're just doing their due diligence on a quarterback who is available in the year they need the position. I don't think they would bypass drafting somebody to go get Manziel, but he may be perhaps the backup plan.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think certainly the Patriots would, have had technically three quarterbacks on their roster before in the conventional sense and in the unconventional sense. And there's nothing precluding them from doing that again this year.
Look, I'll say this, and this is not going to happen, but just for the fodder. Imagine if the Patriots, after losing the Super Bowl the way they did, added Johnny Manziel and Odell Beckham to the roster in the offseason. Oh, boy.
Look,
boy.
Yeah, but I said this on one of our videos, in our CLNS World headquarters in East Boston. The Johnny Manziel makes sense because the Patriots can afford him get him at a very cheap price, really a nominal NFL free agency price. Odell Beckham's going to cost you either 1 or 2 first-round picks or 2 high-round picks, and then he's going to probably demand $15 to $20 million a year. That ain't happening. I just do not see that feasible here in New England, but hey, I've been proven wrong before.
And we have a couple Odell Beckham reaction videos up. You can check those out on the CLNS YouTube page. This roundtable has been brought to you by Hims. Guys, did you know that thanks to science, baldness is now an option if you visit forhims.com. That's forhims.com/report. You can get a $5 trial on their hair restoration kit, but you need to get on that quickly because it's while supplies last. Visit forhims, forhims.com/report for your $5 trial. We'll have more coverage throughout the Manziel Patriots rumors and, of course, leading up to the draft right here on CLNS, clnsmedia.com, and at Patriots CLNS on Twitter. For Mike Petraglia, my name's Alex Barth. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.